Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Meet CISO. I hope you all are doing absolutely great. In today's video, we are diving deep into pasta threat modeling. We will walk through the 7 stages of pasta step by step, and I will also share a practical scenario to help you understand how pasta works in real world situations. So now, what exactly is pasta? PASTA stands for Process for Attack Simulation and Threat Analysis. It's a risk assessment methodology designed to simulate real world attacks, helping organizations identify and mitigate potential threats before they happen. If you'd like a more detailed foundation on risk assessment, I have already created a dedicated video on that topic. You can check it out by clicking the I button at the top right of your screen. So now let's get started and break down the stages of pasta threat modeling. So 7 stages of pasta threat modeling. So we'll start with stage one. Stage one is define business objective. Second is to define the technical scope. Third is application decomposition. Fourth is threat analysis. Fifth is vulnerability and weakness analysis. Sixth is attack modeling and simulation. And seventh is risk analysis and mitigation. Now this stages needs to be followed in this order itself. Why? Because you cannot do the risk analysis first and then define the business objectives. That's wrong, right? So stage one and two are connected kind of. First we need to understand what business is, what is the objective of the business, and then we understand the technical scope, like technically what all types of device, tools, softwares are being used for this particular business. And then for that identified scope, we will decompose the application. Now, what is risk? Risk is threats and vulnerabilities, threat into vulnerabilities. So we'll do the threat analysis and then we'll do the vulnerability analysis. Once it is done, we will do the simulation or attack modeling. And on the basis of that, we will do the risk analysis and plan the mitigation accordingly. So that's how it is. 7 stages of pasta threat modeling. In the next part of this video, we will explore the activities and outputs of each stage in detail. So you will see how pasta works step by step in a real world context. Stick around until the video because I will also share a real world case study that ties all these stages together, and it will be super easy for you to understand the pasta threat modeling. Before we move on, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And if you have any questions or want me to cover another threat modeling methodology, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Now, stage one is define business objective. So, what are the key activities and output of the business objectives? So, we need to find the business goal. And then we also need to understand what is the compliance framework it has to adhere to. And we have to find the critical services that must be protected. And what will be the output of this business objective? We will be having BIA and we will be having the definition of mission critical assets. On the basis of that, we'll go to stage two. That's the define the technical scope, in which we will be document architectural diagrams. We'll identify application, database, APIs, network, and cloud elements. We will understand data flows, and output will be we will be having detailed technical inventory and system architecture. Basis of this, we'll go to the stage three. Stage three will be application decomposition, in which the key activity will be to identify trust boundaries, map data input, storage, processing, and outputs, identify entry points and potential attack surfaces. And on the basis of this key activities done in application decomposition, the output will be data flow diagrams, trust boundary definitions, attack surface mapping. On the basis of that, we'll be moving forward for the stage four, that is threat analysis. In threat analysis, the key activities will be develop potential attacker profiles, use threat intelligence, like modeling frameworks can help here, like OWASP top 10, right? On the basis of that key activities done, the output will be threat catalog, attacker personas, and threat likelihood assessment. Now, we'll be moving for the next stage, that is stage 5, vulnerability and weakness analysis. The key activities will be vulnerability scans as well as code reviews, and the output of that will be list of vulnerabilities mapped to potential threats. Next stage will be attack modeling and simulation. The key activities will be simulate attacker behavior, model attack paths like kill chain mapping, and on the basis of that we'll be having attack graphs and realistic attack scenarios. Basis of that we'll be moving for the stage 7, that will be the final stage of this threat modeling, and that is risk analysis and mitigation. So actually in the risk analysis we'll calculate the risk ratings that we have on the basis of the previous stages, and we'll prioritize mitigation actions, and we'll propose control enhancements. On the basis of that, the output will be we will be able to create the risk register, mitigation roadmap can be formed, and the final threat modeling document will be created. Now I will show you a scenario that will give you a clearer picture of how pasta works. Imagine an online banking portal where customers log in to check balances, transfer money, and pay bills. This portal is critical to the bank's operations and directly tied to customer trust. In that case, these are the 7 stages that we'll be following for the threat modeling of this particular scenario. So first we'll be doing the business objectives, in which we will ensure that secure online banking transactions, prevent unauthorized account access, and protect customer financial data. So these are our business objectives eh, for the banking portal. Now the technical scope will be the web portal and mobile app, authentication services, database storing, user credentials, and API gateways. So these are the technical scope for the particular scenario. And now we'll be doing the application decomposition on the basis of the technical scope which we are having, in which there will be a login page, API, auth server, and database. We will be having data flows through which the web server, load balancer, and WAF, that's web application firewall. We'll be having trust boundaries around user browser, app backend, and database. So these are the boundaries that we have defined. Once the application decomposition is done, we know for what we'll be doing the threat modeling. On the basis of that, we'll be doing the threat analysis. So phishing can happen, credential stuffing can happen, and brute force attacks can happen. So we'll be doing threat analysis. Next is we'll be doing the vulnerability analysis. That is we will be checking the weak rate limiting. We'll be seeing password reuse by users and lack of MFA informants. That can be the vulnerabilities. And this is a hypothetical scenario. So let's assume these are the vulnerabilities available, or these are the outcome of the vulnerability analysis. Basis of that, the attack simulation is done. An attacker uses credential stuffing on login API, or attacker performs a fraudulent funds transfer, right? On the basis of that, we have the output of this attack simulation, and now we will be seeing the risk rating. So that is high, because this is a financial or reputational impact we are having. So what can be the mitigation? Implement MFA, multi-factor authentication, and strengthen rate limiting, and I add IP reputation checks. So that can be the probable mitigation. So this is how the threat modeling is done. This is just a scenario, so just you can have the idea of how it is done in the real world. In real world, it will be in more detail, more documented, and very much stepwise. The stages will remain the same. The steps of the stages will remain same, but this will be in more detail. Let's go to the next slide. So the next slide is Q&A. This is to check your understanding on pasta. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Which of the following is the best practice, the primary purpose of the pasta framework in cybersecurity? What is the following? Which of the following is a describes the primary purpose of the pasta framework in cybersecurity? First, to provide a structured approach for simulating attacks and analyzing threats to applications. Second is to establish compliance with international data privacy regulations. Third is to design secure network hardware architectures. The fourth is to monitor employee productivity and insider threats. Please do provide your answer in the comment. I'll be waiting to see what's your understanding on pasta, which option is the correct answer. Provide your answer in the comment section. Let's go to the second question. Which of the following is not one of the 7 stages in the pasta framework? First is threat analysis and modeling, risk and impact analysis, business impact analysis, and incident response and recovery. Let me know what's the correct answer in the comment box, and I will see what's your understanding on pasta. So that's for the pasta threat modeling. Stay tuned for my next video. Before you go, let me know in the comments what topic you would like me to cover next. If this video helped you understand the stages of pasta, give it a like, share it with your teammates, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity insights made simple. See you in the next video. Thank you all. Bye.